Welcome to the Spaceship PoeArtistry, where sometimes you have to leave the earth in your mind to grab the universe gifts through poetry. Spaceship PoeArtistry moment, star date Monday. Your environment is conducive to so many things: learning, relaxation, and downright having fun. Now, what it depends on sometimes as far as your environment, people will say, you got to have the right person with you. Now, we've expressed or explored that through the creation point of art, poetry, and writing. And we've talked about how some writers, in order to get into the zone, which we've also explored, and we will again since we're on the Spaceship PoeArtistry, it is a mode. It is a frame of mind that before you actually get into that type of mode, I would say for most people, hey, maybe it's easier for extroverts, which I even doubt that even then. But I do know for introverts, they need to have the right environment, not being bothered or what have you. Also, since we talked about recreation or having downright fun, that environment that's conducive to having the fun still needs to have, hey, let's just face it, the right person or right people as well around you. And see, it's during that mode where you can have your personality along with maybe somebody else's. And the understanding at that time truly is, hey, let's just enjoy this event. Let's just enjoy this conversation. Let's just enjoy each other's company or what have you. You see, in another way of looking at it, you can even have officers at times. You see, even in the military and other high-ranking places where they, there's actually sometimes laws, or not laws, but policies against fraternization. You can look that up if you don't know what it means. But the whole point is there are still certain environments where it's like, it is what it is, But normally you have enough intelligence and smarts and maturity, if even in those circumstances, which some officers have actually found, where yes, they could still let their hair down, even though they were, their ranking was even higher than, way higher than the person that they was with, but all the same, they could. And the person, in that setting, it's like we're off the record, we're off the books. So you can actually see that person exercise and show their personality, their creativity. Why? Because it's in the right environment that they want to be in. Now, this is something that I want you to think about, and it goes to show you how smart and incredible the technology is today. I've talked about this one other time, over the years, and I'm just not going to even tell you when. I'm not going to really do the research, because I told you the technology that they have, it blew my mind how quick somebody knew or found out what I was talking about. And I didn't give no names. All I did was describe a situation. Now, yes, maybe I was pretty thorough with the details, but all the same, I said for them to find it that quick, that was amazing. So with that being said, you may already be able to find what I'm about to talk about right now, because I talked about the environment. You see, I talked about the understanding between the persons who you would enjoy the environment with, that make it conducive for you to have rest, relaxation, and to fully express yourself. And what can happen when you don't get that? Okay? What can happen when you don't get that? So let me relate this experience one more time, not giving you any more details than what I gave last time, and watch how quick somebody finds it. You see, there was once a conversation that a father had with his son. It was on one of their long trips. And the thing about it is, he was talking about an environment that somebody was in. You see, person was just enjoying dinner with friends, just enjoying dinner with friends. You see, yet some persons actually, should we say, happenstance, which again the boy's father helped explain to him that no, this wasn't a coincidence at all, and that's all the information I'm gonna give you at this time. And I gave you more last time, but you'll just have to find it on your own. And so, but the father really intimated after the situation. The father intimated to the son, no, straight up told him, no, this wasn't a coincidence. You see, it was something else. So, with that being said, the environment that this person was in, they were enjoying themselves, having the time of their lives. And from what the understanding was, the person really was just having, your regular type of enjoyment conversations or what have you, or what have you. But all the same, these persons who happen to interrupt, you see, the conversation, interjected themselves into this environment that's supposed to be for recreation, relaxation, just enjoying the night on the town, ended up joining in the conversation briefly. And it was briefly just enough to get this person's opinion on something. And see, the opinion that the person expressed, see, in those off the records, you see, conversations that he had with, good people who understood him at the time, which persons are saying in a minute. Now, the person that said that, but it's no hatred behind what that person normally would say. And that was the understanding of some of the persons that was around this individual. You see, this is secondhand, but all the same, no matter how the person responded now to an outsider of the circle, it was still taken to the full limit where this person had already, was feeling good and everything in the environment, stuff like that. And the thing about it is, even when the person stated what they did state to these outsiders, you can tell it really didn't have, where it seemed to the person, the little boy that was watching it, it still didn't seem like it had any animosity towards it. But what do you know? You really don't know. But all the same, for the few persons who spoke up for this individual afterwards, they would tell you, or they felt like that still this individual is not as, as these other persons took it and ran it with it. And so maybe this was the key statement that I shared with you that helped people to figure it out or find it real quick. Because you know what happened? The person's career was ruined for the rest of their life. Ruined for the rest of their life. And basically, it seemed like all the good stuff, the good things that were said, the uplifting things that were helpful and said, was just thrown out the window. Isn't that something? So, even in the Bible, it does state that, you shouldn't listen to everything that someone says or what have you, because it really does say, basically, I'm intimating what it's saying from all the translations, because you will end up hearing people talking about you regardless that you least expect to talk about you. And so if that goes on really all the time or what have you, then, when persons need to be off by themselves with just their circle, and if they want to talk about your mom or your dad, I just joke, but that's their business. Long as when they come back, they can still, once again, continue to comport themselves as civilized citizens, you see. and dignified citizens, and keep those type of statements in check, at least around you. At least you won't talk about somebody's mama in front of their face. I mean, I know some people will, but you know what I'm talking about. So I shared all this to show you what the environment and the group of people who makes the environment as such to be enjoyable. Okay, so this was a Spaceship PoeArtistry moment, and I just wanted to share that with you, and for you to have a very wonderful day. Take care.